This is kinda lame. Much better. Look at that.
ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Super7 ReAction line Marusan Godzilla, the J-Tail variant. Super7 has yet again turned back the clock to retro 30 AM to give us a sized-down giant in an even rarer shell. Based on the OG, the first Godzilla vinyl figure ever produced from famed company Marusan, this figure has seen more variants than the Bandai Movie Monster series Shin Godzilla. Sculpts, sizes, paint, even bottom-of-the-foot branding. But enough about the history, let's take a closer look. So here we are, we're finally talking about the Marusan Godzilla, but before we talk about the figure, I really do just want to discuss the box. So as we all know, Super7 recreated the box for the Shogun Warriors Godzilla, and they did a pretty good representation of the Aurora model kit box. But when it comes to the bigger Marusan figures, I don't think any of them really came in boxes. I know a bunch of the smaller ones did, but I still really have to give it to Super7. They included the white background, they included the top cardboard tag on the top of the box over here. It looks really, really good. It's just so minimal, it's so nice, and when I first saw this backing card, I knew that I had to get 2 copies of this guy. On the back, we can see the sand stamp and the Marusan soft vinyl, and we've got a little read up right here, which you can pause the video to read. With all that being said and done, let's finally take a look at the figure. Just to get this out of the way now, I do not have a Marusan GOJI to compare this guy with. I know for a fact, though, that Ultrazilla definitely does, so you should check his video out too. Now, my god, that is godless, and I love every second of it. From the side, the eyes look a lot better than they do from the front, and I guess the same could really be said for the head over here. Figuring that this guy came out in the mid to late 60s originally, I really ain't all that mad about it. What's most important is that the details are all there and the likeness has been entirely nailed. We have some pretty basic detail for Godzilla's skin, some semi-deep lines in the sculpt over here. They are going to be highlighted by the base plastic and the silver strewn about on his body, and it looks really nice, really shiny, very, very minty. The detail does in fact change once you get to the head up here. It kind of goes from lines to little dots and such, as you can see, and I really do love how clear that subtle little change is. Really gotta hand it to Super7. They love their retro Godzillas, and they are showing him absolute love here. Heck, even the top of the head has it too. The teeth are beautifully painted, honestly. You can actually see all of them. They're properly defined, and they are all silver. Mine does have some red schmutzes here and there, but who's to say that's not something that wasn't present on the original? So for all I know, this could be entirely accurate. And even if it isn't, I don't care. Moving back to the detail portion, though, I love Godzilla's stumpy little paw he has over here. Now that I look at it, it looks more like a fist and not like Godzilla has some stumpy fingernails, which is cool. And I really do love that the silver and the base color both have their time to shine on the arms over here. I'm not going to say that the silver is properly distributed, but it is mostly the same on both sides. Silver on the wrist and top of the hand, silver on the wrist and top of the hand. A little bit more on the forearm with this one. A little bit of silver on the wrist and forearm over here. A little bit of silver on the wrist and forearm over here. It's all so good. Now we have to move down to the legs, which are nice and thick and stumpy, and they have the variation of silver base color, silver base color. Silver base color, silver base color. Nice. The detail is mostly going to be the same as the rest of the body till we get to about the feet, where the detail is a little bit more on the muted side. Though you can see in the light, it is going to look somewhat the same as the head did. Not gonna lie, I'm only now noticing that there's some silver on the feet over here too. I thought it was just the glare of the lighting, but no, look at that. Really like that you can actually tell the toenails from the toes over here. Proper detailing. Good stuff, Super7. And on the inside of the thigh of this figure, you are going to see most of the same detail that we got on the skin, and most of the paint that you'll see here is just going to be the base coat. Looking at the bottom of the foot over here, we have the Marusan stamp, looking nice and crisp, and we have trademark Super7 Vietnam. Now, in moving the legs up and out of the way so they don't get in the way, we can see that the silver that starts on Godzilla's torso carries throughout his crotch to his gooch to the base of his tail over here, and the base of the tail is where the silver is going to stop, as the rest of the bottom of the tail is going to be the base color. We can see more of that over here, and all the way around. Super simple, super basic, Super7. That kind of just came to me. That wasn't so cringe, right? And now we have to talk about these metallic blue dorsal fins because God, they look amazing. Detail-wise, yeah, not so much, but, you know, 1960s. But I just really do love how they look in this metallic blue. I like how it clashes with the base color and the silver. It's so beautiful. Now, I am not sure if there was a differentiation in the metallic blues on the original figure, but mine, when it comes to the base of the tail over here, is a bit brighter than the tone that was used on Godzilla's back. Could be a flub, could be intentional, but it's worth noting. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more discernible than before, but look at these little punch-out cookie dorsal fins in their metallic blue. It looks so good. Yeah, they're not detailed really at all, but they look fantastic, and I really do just love it. Super 7's super shtick over here is retro, and I don't think you can get any more retro than the original Marusan Godzilla. When it comes to paint and detail, I am definitely going to have to give this guy 2 solid stars. He looks fantastic. Yeah, he ain't accurate looking. No, there's really not that much detail on it, but that's the point. Super 7 loves their retro toys, and as I just said, you really can't get more retro than Marusan Goji. So unfortunately, this is the best comparison I can give you guys right now, just comparisons to pictures of the original figure, and I gotta say, he's pretty one-to-one with the original figures. Granted, not all of these pictures are going to be of the J-tail, they are going to be of the L-tail and such, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, now that I have this little mini recreation of him, I kind of feel more inclined to go searching out for Marusan Goji. Probably not the J-tail though, because of how rare that friggin' thing is, but any Marusan Goji with this paint job. I definitely want to do that now. Yeah. But anyway, time to talk about articulation. You can go all the way around at the arm, both arms of course. You can go all the way around with the legs, both legs of course. And you can go all the way around with the tail. The only major difference in articulation from this guy and Shogun Warriors Godzilla is simply that Shogun Warriors Godzilla's head could go all the way around like so, and he could stick his tongue out. And you know, he had the wrist swivel for the rocket punch gimmick. And wouldn't you know it, MARU Goji over here is actually a bit taller than Shogun Warriors Godzilla. Both of them. A little bit of added extra height, some nice articulation. Obviously, he's gonna get another solid star from me. Now, forgive me, I just remembered that I had another copy of this guy in the box as I showed off earlier. Now, I just wanted to take the time to look at the base of his tail over here with this lighter shade of metallic blue and see if the boxed version has it, which he does. Okay, so that was probably very much intentional. Oh, just look at these three together. I'm so glad I got a second copy. Size comparison time, small, medium, and large. J-tail Goji impresses highly. While not a piece many may care for, it's still one I'm so very happy to own. As a vinyl nut, owning a version of the first ever vinyl Godzilla is a big deal for me. His deep blues, phallic-looking tail, and piercing red eyes is sure to catch the oculars, and the following description will only make it all the more fun to inform the masses on. Whether he is inside the box or outside of the box, no matter what way you choose to display him, I have a feeling this guy is going to impress anybody who's actually interested in the Marusan Godzilla line. As I said before, just holding this little dude in my four fingers over here, it makes me want to go out and get more, and that is not good for my bank account. The good news is, last I checked at least, J-tail Goji over here has not sold out on the Super 7 store. The J-tail version, this guy right here, is the Super 7 store exclusive. The L-tail will be available to more retailers upon release next month. So if you want a chance at MARU Goji with his direct linguine noodle for a tail, you best get to it. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I've been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to check out all my social media and my Patreon page, where by pledging $1 a month, you get access to friggin' everything. And when next we meet, I will be talking about the X Plus Defo Real Godzilla Ultima. Just look at this sharp little muffin boy. I can't wait.